Right, hello and welcome back to the Beyblade series. Today, as promised, we're going to be doing some detailing on the base of this tack ring. In the last episode, we looked at adding some detailing to the top surface. Now we're going to do the same with the base. So we're going to do two things here. First of all, we're going to add things to make it look like a much more interesting and dynamic shape. And second of all, we're going to cut away some hollow parts in here. And the reason for this is just so that we're not using so much material when it comes to either 3D printing, injection molding. Real Beyblades have these features as well, so it's not just skimping out for the sake of your models. This is a realistic feature that we're going to be adding. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is, and again, this is really up to your choice, we're going to be sketching on the bottom surface, which I think is the top plane. Yep, it is the top plane that we're going to be looking at. If you want to hide or show all the planes, just press P and it gets rid of them or shows them for you. And what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be sketching something on here that sticks out beyond the footprint or beyond the silhouette of the Beyblade, so that when we're looking from above, we can see this just sitting underneath. And you get a really dramatic effect. This is optional, so you don't need to follow these steps, but it does make it look better and it does add things to the design. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really quickly start a sketch on the bottom of here. I'm going to grab my line tool and I'm going to put fillets in eventually, but for the minute, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make something that looks like it's sort of weaving in and out of this footprint. It's going just so you get that extra effect, so that you can see it and it becomes quite visible um, on several different occasions. Maybe it's just going to sort of carry on along here, and maybe the arc flicks out at the back. I can even do a tangent arc. Let's just pull that. Now I do need to be careful that when I'm going in the coming out the back here, it's not going to collide with the nose at the front, which it looks like it probably is doing at the minute. So let's just have that stop somewhere there. I'll tell you what, if I pull it out a bit more than I want, when I fillet it, it will reduce this. So what I'm going to do now is just grab a 3-point arc. It's just going to come down here. I'm going to grab my circle. Grab my circle tool, add it there, and then just trim off these. And I'm not too fussed. In the video before, we talked about adding sort of a wavy shape or a more interesting shape as this pattern came in. I'm not really too fussed about doing that on the base because you're not really going to see it that much. You're more than welcome to if you want to do that, if you want to have a play about with that. Okay, so first of all, oh dear, I didn't want to do that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to refine this section. Press N to look directly down. I think this is just showing a little bit too much. I'm just going to bring this in a little bit. Ready to fillet. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2 fillets in. One on this point and one on this point. These are the 2 points that are going to be the most important because they're the most shear fillets. These lines are at acute angles. That means these fillets are going to be really sensitive as I pull them in. I reckon that's going to be all right. The rest of them, they're at quite shallow angles, so what I can do is just go around, hop around the rest of them. I can pull this in even more. Because they're at quite shallow angles, I can get away with a wider fillet. That's already at a tangent, so I don't need to fillet that, and I'm just going to make these rounder. Most things in industry will have some sort of fillet, even if it's only 0.5 mil. And real Beyblades, you will notice, never are the corners exactly actual corners. Have always got that round edge on them. Right, okay, so I'm happy with that, and that's what you're going to see from. Maybe you can't really see that much. It shouldn't. I'm not really too fussed, but maybe a drag. Oh, no, I'm not sure what's actually done here. Oh dear. What I'm just trying to do here, in fact, Let's get rid of all that. I just want this to sit a bit prouder because it's not, when I look from above, it's not very obvious that I've got another bit coming out there. So all I'm going to do is doctor that. I'm going to grab my trim tool. I can I'm going to put the fillets in again in a second. So I'm going to grab my trim tool. And have something like that. And that might be a bit more obvious. Now, this might even be going out a bit too much for my preference, but we can look at what it looks like when it's done. We can always go back and doctor our sketches. So let's see how how big we can get that. Again, this is really sensitive. That's 1. Let's try 1.1, see what that looks like. 1.2. See, 1.5 maybe I might get away with. 1.8. I'll try 1.8. So this is what it's going to look like, and now I'm just going to circular pattern that around my origin. And again, like we talked about in the last video, grab my circular pattern tool, click and drag around the active sketch. It's going to default to 3 repetitions. I want 4 because I've got 4 protrusions of the Beyblade. And then I'm going to click enter, click away from my shape when you've got this green tick on your cursor. Now I'm going to extrude that by 1 mil, and I'm going to extrude it down. So it's already going in the right direction for me. I'm just going to change that 25 to 1. Click the tick, and now you'll see that if I look from the top, you can see that that's sort of sitting underneath it a bit. And what it does is it just adds a different dimension to the shape, and it looks a bit, a bit shadowy. You've got a different effect there. What I can even do is go around and add a fillet, hopefully of 0.5 mil, all around these pieces to make it look like it's actually molded into place and to give it that nice gentle texture. You will notice that I've not really filleted any of it yet. That will be something we'll either do as we go along, that you can certainly do as you go along. What I tend to do is leave it till the end, because what happens if you fillet and then you decide you actually want a bit of detail sitting on that fillet, it's much easier to add that fillet once you've got that final solidified component. But that's what I'm going to do now. What I can even do to add a bit more detail is I can grab certain faces, like maybe just one edge of it all, and I can extrude that upper mill as well, so that it's not just sitting on the edge, it's actually coming up. And I think that actually looks quite good, because then you've got sort of one layer here, you've got this mid layer of overlap where you've got this bottom component we just extruded overlapping the main Beyblade, and then you've got the bit above it without the overlap. So I think that can look really, really effective. And again, I'm just going to fillet that now, see what that looks like. I think that looks really good. And we can go ahead and do that with all our, if I just go and edit that fillet, and go and do that with all these pieces, being careful to just grab that outside leading edge. Right, okay. You can go and have a play about with that if you like now. What I'm going to do, though, is show you how you're going to just cut bits out of this section just to reduce that weight, reduce that material that we're using. So we're going to identify the main bodies without interruption here. And what that means is I've got 2, I think. I've got one big empty flat area here and one here. Maybe we could get away with doing something here and here. We can have a go at that. I'll do it anyway, and you can choose whether you think it's worthwhile doing that on your own. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really, really simply sketching on the base again. So on the underside of the top plane, I'm going to get my line tool. In fact, no, I'm going to get my circular tool. I'm going to bring it in a bit, probably in line with this circle here, or there or thereabouts, maybe a bit less. And then I'm going to get my line tool. I'm just going to trace inside, leaving a decent border. I'm going to trace a shape, something like that. I might even have gone a bit too close to the edge there. Just trim this circle away. I think I probably have gone a bit too close to the edge there. All I'm going to do now is just bring that in a little bit. I could have offset this, but I think it's just easier to free ball this. I've just let a little leading angle there. Just for aesthetics, really, just to make it look a little bit better. Trim away all this. So, okay, I've got this shape here, which I'm happy with. I'm now going to grab my fillet tool. Again, you're probably sick to death of hearing that by now. Making sure that you're dragging that fillet so the blue lines don't go red, that your fillet is wide enough to cover everything. And then I'm just going to click around all my nodes. Again, you can do different ones, different angles. I've just done all these the same. Click away from my shape. Circular pattern. This it's going to default to the origin. Now, because I've got a less regular shape here, I only want 2 of these. I only want it repeated or patterned over here. So enter 2, click the tick. Then I'm just going to remove 1 mil of that. So I've just got that little cut in. And what I can do now is add my fillet to the bottom face here of 0.5 and this face here. This outside line, and you'll see you get this filleted finish. Now I will put one on here just to show you what it might look like. Now I don't think I've really got enough room here, but if I wanted to do something here, what I'd do is I'd grab my circle tool, get that out. So I've got that nice arch. I've got a nice regular shape. I could even, if I'm being really fussy, which I'm not usually, set that to 1.5, set, set this to 1.5, so that I've got a nice even border, and then add my sides in there, trim away the circles that I don't want. So I'm just left with that. Again, I'm going to fillet the edges before I pattern it. And with these, it's probably better if they're broader rather than really small fillets like we did on the top. And again, I'm going to circular pattern that. Defaults to 3, change that to 2, click away. You'll see it appear over there. Remove it by 1 mil. Maybe 0.5 mil, or between 0.5 and 1 might look better. You probably don't want to go any more than 0.5 because you do tend to ruin the effect there. Add those 2 fillets. And there you go. So now what we've done in this video is we've added some extra protrusions to the base, which we can see from the top, and it just makes it look a bit more interesting. And I've just added some hollow areas in the base that will save time in printing or injection molding, and it'll save material. And I mean, that's what it ultimately does. The real reason we're doing this now is because it replicates the real products that you'd get. Okay, once more, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully, we'll be a bit more up to date on this series than we have been in the past. But like and subscribe if you've got something from the video, and hopefully, we'll see you in a couple of videos' time. Thank you. Bye.